guest on Fire by Night is a young lady who sang with a group called These Three, a trio who backed up Amy Grant on her Unguarded tour, and she's now a solo artist. She's just released about a year or two ago her first album, Living in the Vertical, and now more recently, A Different World, Renee Garcia. Renee, it's good to have you on Fire by Night.
Thanks, Blaine. I'm glad I could be here.
Yeah. Let me ask you, how did you come to know the Lord? And I heard that you got saved at a very young age. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that experience?
Well, when I was a little girl, I lived down the street from a Methodist church in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I just went one Sunday with my brother. We walked. It was in the summertime, I remember, and the guy that was preaching, the minister, had a message that I knew was calling me to give my life to the Lord. I mean, it wasn't any big emotional thing. I just went forward and knew at that point in time that I needed to give my heart to Him. So I was 9 years old, and I'm not going to tell you how many years ago that was. I'll just let that be a mystery.
Now you sang, as we mentioned in the introduction, with what many people believe to be the biggest and the best in contemporary Christian music, Amy Grant. And that must have been a real thrill, traveling and being a part of the show like she does every night, you know, having 14,000, 15,000 people in the evening. What was that like?
Well, I gotta tell you, one of my first experiences was I didn't realize really how big Amy was. I mean, of course, Age to Age was a real springboard album, and when I got with her on the Straight Ahead tour, the first night I played or sang with her, I walked in the auditorium, just kind of stood on the middle of the stage and just kind of looked around at these seats of people, just filled with people. And so, I mean, obviously I have very fond memories of being involved with Amy, and in the 2.5 years that I was with her, it was a real time for me to develop myself as a singer and as a performer, and of course that obviously led to what I'm doing now.
Yeah. Well, now you're solo, and what new challenges have you faced going out on your own? Well,
probably the biggest one for me is because I was a support person most of the time, you know, for quite a few years, I basically supported the person that I was singing with, you know, and now I'm communicating on my own and sharing, you know, what's been going on in my life, and that's a challenge to me as an artist and as a songwriter, and trying to communicate that through singing. And I don't think that people have really begun to see who I am as an artist, and that's the neat thing about having a future of doing records, is hopefully that people will get to see more and more of my heart. So I am totally enjoying the privilege of being able to communicate with people through music.
Well, we're going to talk more about what's in your heart and what you are communicating to young people later in the program. But right now I want you to set up a song that's really a hit, and now that it's a music video, it's called Perfection. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this song, and we'll take a look at the video.
Okay. This song is a lot about being stuck in the now and being prepared for the then. I mean, we all have things that we have to deal with every day, and some days are better than others, and those situations that are hard can be used to make us more Christ-like.